I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of the arpeggiator and drum track series video. This is video number 2. So if you have not seen video 1, please look below in the description. I will have a link to it, or you can check the playlist. I will have a playlist specific to this series. You can check out video 1 so you guys understand where we are with video 2, but we're going to jump right into video 2 and continue where we left off from video 1. Enjoy. All right, so if I turn this ARP off and I'm going to turn the drum track on, when I press one of these notes, it's going to trigger the drum track to play. Watch. All right, so you heard the snare playing right there. Pop, pop, pop. But if I change this, and this is really dope, I think. If I change this knob that says drum SD. Oh, I was changing the tempo. Let's take the tempo back up to 120. All right, so if I change this drum SD one, it's going to modify which snare drum sample is playing within the drum track. Watch this. Let's turn the drum track on. Now watch this. I'm gonna change the tempo, slow it down just a little bit. Now watch this. Right there, it didn't change anything else about the drum track except for the snare drum sound that was playing. Now look at that swing. It started to swing that drum beat. So it looks like that swing not only modifies how the 8th note or how the pattern is hitting within the arpeggio, but it also affects the drum track and the swing, like bop 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 instead of boom bop boom bop boom bop. It's boom bop 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 boom bop bop. It starts to swing that drum beat just a little bit. So between that swing completely straight with it all the way open, and as we start to go to the left with it, and then you go in and change that snare drum too. All right, so there's a lot of different things that you can get just from modifying those 5 parameters right there using the knobs that they give us on the Nautilus. Okay, so we're gonna move ahead just a little bit more. All right, so the latch button, we're gonna go to these settings that are right here on the left side, the panel switch. The latch button, all that does is when you hold the latch, this is when you have the latch button engaged, this is going to affect your arpeggio. So you guys noticed before when I was playing those chords on the ARP, as long as I have my hands on the keys, it's going to play that arpeggio. But you also see that if I push latch, or if I take my hands off the keys, it stops playing the arpeggio. But if I push latch, it's going to continue to play the arpeggio even when I take my hands off the keys. So that's what the latch does. Latch enables you to take your hands off the keys and the arpeggio is going to continue to play. So if you have a crazy ARP that you want playing throughout a solo or something playing, you know, constantly, even after you take your hands off the keys, if you want to free your hands to do something else, you can trigger the ARP, have it latched where it will continue to play even when you take your hands off the keys, and now you can take your hands and free to play other stuff underneath or on top of the arpeggio or whatever is playing because you have the latch button engaged. All right, so from there, the ARP button, all the thing the ARP button does is just the same exact thing as like pushing the button right here on the control panel, hitting the ARP button just like that turns that button off or on. This is another way you can get to it, and the drum is the exact same. So you could trigger your ARP or turn the feature on right here using this button, and the same thing with the drum track. All right, so that is the panel switch, and we've also discussed the quick knobs across the top. All right, so the next section is in this big panel right here. This is where the fun stuff starts, and this is what allows you to change between various drum tracks or various arpeggios that you can preset for your performance while you're playing. And the cool thing about it is that they stay in sync. No matter when you push the button and change it, it's going to stay in sync, unless you have it set to manual. But if you want it to stay, I think it's a lot smarter to keep it where it will stay in sync no matter what. So you can push the button and you don't have to time your button pushes to keep the track in sync. All right, so let's start with arpeggio. So if we have an arpeggio set and we are playing, let's go, the same arpeggio that we've been hearing the entire time we've been doing this exercise. But now if I go to button 2, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I was doing all that counting to show you guys that it's going to stay on beat. No matter when you push it, you're going to see a little notification come across the bottom of the little block here that says next, telling you that the next section or the next arpeggio pattern that you've chosen is coming up next, and it's going to show you on the screen how long it's going to take before it triggers. Watch. So if I play, watch, it says next, and then that little timer just started going down to let me know this is how much time is left before it starts to play. Watch. Next, boom. Next, boom. All right, so that's with the ARP, and it does the exact same thing with the drum track. So if we're playing with the drums, all right. So as you guys see, this is a really complex system. It's simple in theory, but it can become a bit more complex depending on how you have your settings. And the further we move into this exercise, I'm going to show you guys more and more about what this feature set can do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this first look at the arpeggio and drum track within the Korg Nautilus. If you have any questions or anything specific you would like to see addressed going forward as far as the other videos are concerned, please place those questions in the comment section and I will be sure to address them in the following videos. You will probably get video 1 and 2 within a few days of each other, and then everything else will start to come after that. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the editing of the parameters and how much more customization you can make within this mode. Because I hope you guys are liking the content. Hope you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave comments, whatever you got to do. Keep supporting the channel. We're making this content for you, and we hope you guys are loving it. Catch you in the next video. We're out.